The number you have reached, 911, has been changed to a non-published number.
You're listening to UCW Radio. In your face.
Welcome to another segment of the UCW Radio Show. This is your host, Lou Velasquez, and I want to thank all of our listeners for your continued support just by listening to the show and tuning in. We really do appreciate it. In just a little while, we're going to have a recording artist that is setting the music industry on fire. And she's literally breaking down barriers across the world. Some call her the first Bollywood pop star to hit the scene. I think that she's making her mark on the music industry. Her name is Tina Sagan, and trust me, you will be hearing a lot about her in the coming months. But before we bring Tina Sagan on the show, we need to talk about a couple of things. As I've been talking about on the UCW Radio Show, we are hosting the Ultimate Body Radio Show, which is directly connected to the reality show, The Ultimate Body. It's the first of its kind reality shows, a bodybuilding reality show. It comes from the mind of the great producer, David Lyons. He's also the producer of the biker show, Hog Heaven, and the animated feature Creepers. So he has a lot of experience in this whole arena, but it's going to be the next big thing. You see The Biggest Loser, you see shows like that. The Ultimate Body, trust me when I tell you, is going to be the next big thing. And the website on that is theultimatebodytvshow.com. You are going to have 13 men, 13 women competing for the title of the Ultimate Body. They live in a mansion, free food, vitamins, training, doctors. They're competing for $50,000 a piece and a spread in Muscle Mag. So it's a pretty good deal. So again, that website is theultimatebodytvshow.com. Check it out and find out more about it. The next thing that we want to talk about is celebrity boxing. Our good friend Christopher Gambino, he teamed up with Stephen Baldwin, and they're having the celebrity boxing event on Wednesday, February 3rd, 2010, and it's going to be taking place at the over 18,000-seat Bank Atlantic Center in Sunrise, Florida. And this is to support our troops, the U.S. troops. Now, Stephen Baldwin, he took a trip to spend some time with our U.S. troops as they're overseas, putting their lives on the line, and something hit him. And it sparked something in him, and he created the Now More Than Ever Fund, and that is to support our troops, and that's what the celebrity boxing event is about supporting our troops. Now, the website is mycelebrityboxing.com. That's mycelebrityboxing.com. The main event is Christopher Gambino versus Stephen Baldwin, and actually Roy Jones Jr. also signed up, and there are a whole host of other celebrities that are going to be involved. I can't make mention of any of them yet, but as that information comes out, then I will definitely let it out on the show. And also, for our listeners, we want to hear from you. So you can actually give us a call. You'll know who the guests are on the show just by going to ucwmagazine.com. But give us a call at 323-952-4369. That's 323-952-4369. And get involved, be a part of the show. And also, if you're on Twitter, you can send your questions or comments, whether you want to talk to me or if you want to communicate with one of our guests on the show, feel free to do so. I'm on Twitter. My Twitter name is Louis Velasquez. That's LouisVelazquez. Follow me and tweet away. Now, without further ado, let's patch in my opinion, a music pioneer in her own right. Here is Tina Sagan. Tina, welcome to the UCW Radio Show. It's great to have you on.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Oh, excellent. Well, we always appreciate the time that our guests put aside for us in the UCW Radio Show, and you're no different, so I'm going to throw you a big thank you. Now, Tina...
thank you likewise.
Well then you're welcome. Tina, although, Bollywood they have been making strides in becoming internationally recognized for the talent that they produce. From the Slumdog Millionaire talking about films to America's Got Talent, they had a whole dance routine on there. The progress has been amazing, and a lot of stars are coming out of there. But in your case, there's another evolution taking place in the music end of it. Now, can you tell us what's going on and what your role is in this whole deal?
Oh, absolutely. I just know that, 5 years ago, Indians were not that cool, and we're cool now, Lou. It's on. We've got I'm really excited about just seeing Bollywood and nuances of entertainment everywhere. Yeah, I mean, it blows my mind every time they do like a Bollywood routine on those shows. but actually, I feel like there needs to be that one musician, that artist that represents Bollywood, and I'm just so grateful for the timing. I spent 3 years making the album that I'm going to that I'm going to release pretty soon, and we basically flew in instrumentalists, the best Indian instrumentalists from all over the world, which is why it took 3 years. And it's an organic, it's mainstream pop. My album that's coming out, it's mainstream pop, but it has a really strong Indian flair. And I really, like I said, the timing couldn't be better. I personally, I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter, I'm a guitarist, I'm a dancer. I dance like Bollywood meets hip hop, and I'm an actress too. And I also play the tabla or tabla, which is it's an Indian drum. It's very intricate, and I'm very grateful that I've been playing it all my life because it's tough.
Well, Tina, let me ask you something. Now, I was talking about Bollywood, everything. You just touched on some things. Now, my thing here is that you're not looking to bring in the old-fashioned stuff that you see on TV, even though they're dancing and everything. But they have, the old. I guess they're trying to inject some of the tradition into the performance. But you're looking to take this truly mainstream with your music.
Well, I mean, it's a genuine reflection of everything that I've grown up with. I've been performing with my family since I was 5 years old, every weekend. So I started performing in 7 different languages as a child and playing all these Indian instruments. And then, on the weekdays I'd go hang out with my friends, and I actually was in, I probably shouldn't admit this, but I was in a heavy metal cover band when I was younger. So, I love rock and roll also, and I love pop music and urban music and everything. So this album there is a bit of, the heritage and the classical Indian sounds, like the sitar and the tabla and the harmonium, but there's also definitely that, that current mainstream pop feel, because I'm American as well as Indian. I grew up in Jersey. so it's definitely, yeah, you're right. It's like the current version of Bollywood.
Well, I mean, you're helping it to evolve, and I know, and again, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but you said you were performing with your family, your parents. They were heavily involved in the Indian community with music, weren't they?
They were. We like I said, we've been performing together. My mother, my father, my sister, and I. We've been performing as a family since I was 5. But at the same time, my parents were very modern. My mom used to sing Beatles songs on the radio when she lived in India when she was young. So, even with them, they were traditionally Indian, but also, heavily Americanized, if I can use that term. So I'd like to think that I'm helping Bollywood evolve, but also retaining, the beauty of culture. So I'm very excited about the album, very excited about the timing and everything that's going on. Bollywood is just rising. So.
But it's definitely going places, because for a lot of years people hear Hollywood, but even Hollywood, you go to California and people have the dreams, the bright lights, everything Hollywood, but Hollywood's not just in California anymore. It's in Florida, it's in Texas, it's in New York, it's in Atlanta, it's worldwide. So Bollywood is that's part of that whole mixture that's the entertainment industry. Now, even though, look, your mom, she was recognized in the Indian community as a singer, right? She was pretty popular, but even though your family was involved in in entertainment, that did not automatically give you a free pass. You had to work hard to get things off the ground, didn't you?
Oh my gosh. Like, yeah, I do we have 3 hours so I could tell you all my job stories? I mean, it was definitely hard work. I basically grew up performing on the weekends. I would get straight A's in school because, you know, that's just what you do as a good Indian kid, right? But I went to college and I graduated with a biology degree with honors, you know, got straight A's. And at the same time, I was making my demos and trying to make something happen with my music career. And I basically got my record deal when I graduated from college. So I had to kind of weigh the options. But yeah, I mean, all my life I've been rehearsing and music and performing, you know, missed out on all the regular childhood activities. And I don't regret a second of it. I love it. But at the same time, yeah, it's something I've been doing my whole life. And I really feel like if I didn't have, you know, 20 years of experience, there's no way I could do what I'm doing. So very grateful for all the work I had to put in.
Well,
but yeah, it was a ton of work.
Yeah, no, I can see that being a lot of work, you know, because it's not easy. People think that, okay, I'm talented, I can sing, and I'm going to be a big star, American Idol, and all this other nonsense. But it's you know, it's a rough and tumble business. And did you ever have?
It's cutthroat. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say it's something. It's the type of business where, you know, if you don't have that belief in yourself and that ambition and persistence and that drive and that focus, I mean, you're not going to last very long, unfortunately. It's really cutthroat, and you have to just be able to get knocked down all the time and get back up again. I mean, even Madonna says that. She was just saying, you have no idea how many times I've had doors slammed in my face, and she's a tough lady. She got back up there and kept going. So the business is very different than people think it is. It's rough. I mean, again, I'm grateful to be doing what I'm doing, but you know, there is that downside.
Well, I mean, nothing comes easy in life, you know, and if you really want something,
no.
anything worth having, actually you have to work hard for, and that's what you've been doing. And it's not something that, okay, now you're getting your first CD out, you're getting your first this out. Now it's not the point of, okay, well, I'm going to take it easy. You know, we talked before the show.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah. And, you know, I'll tell you, I'll tell you something that I always do is when I get fan mail from children that are, you know, 12, 11, just younger than I always remind them, because they always ask me, you know, how can I be like you? How can I get into the industry and do what you're doing? And I always tell them, I say, well, you can go to college, you can get straight A's, you can have, you know, get your degree, and if you want to be like me, that's what you can do. Because I really believe in balance, and like you said, it's a very cutthroat business, and I think people can go out there and do it all. I don't feel like you have to give up one thing for another. So it's hard work is a beautiful thing when you want something this badly.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're putting out that positive note to kids, because they need that. They need to look up to someone that is actually achieving things, but also, you know, someone that is doing the right thing and saying, okay, you know, kind of like, you know, way back when Hulk Hogan, eat your vitamins, do this, stay in school. You know, you're putting out that positive message for the kids, and that I give you a big thumbs up on, because, you know, in today's society, these kids need that. They need that, and you're giving that to them.
They do. Thank you. Yeah, they do. I looked at so many celebrities, and it upsets me, because these kids, they really do look up to celebrities, and I mean, all my lyrics are about self-empowerment and positivity, and it's just really important for people to like themselves and to feel good about themselves, and I just want to put that out in the world and, you know, make people smile. So thank you for saying that. I really, really appreciate it.
but it's true. It's true, Tina. You know, you are, by you doing that and taking the time to write back to the fans, and you see them, you see they're young, so they're still developing of who they're going to be. And it's better for them to go and hear this from someone that's making things happen, because you're a mover shaker in music right now, because you're doing something, but it's true, because you're doing something that really hasn't been done. in Hollywood, acting,
Yeah,
stuff like that,
yeah.
movies,
It's-
one thing. But in music, not much. Even though I know there was a song that Snoop Dogg did, I think it was Snoop Dogg, and he had some Indian type of music or Middle Eastern type of music in the background or whatever he was doing with that, but it's not a major push. You're making a major push.
Yeah, I'm grateful for all of those. A lot of hip hop artists have put samples of Indian sounds in their music, and I'm like, the more the better, because that just hopefully sets up my release into the world. And the more people hear Indian sounds, I think they'll just be familiar with what I'm doing. And yeah, there has not been that one Bollywood genuine artist, but there has been a lot of sampling. So, the more the better.
No, I hear that, but I
Keep
did.
going, Snoop Dogg. Bring it
There
on.
you go. But I heard your song, and it again, your music. It was interesting because you had some. I know you had some traditional instruments in there, but you also had a modern sound. So this is something that they can go. You can hear it on the radio, and it makes you want to get up and start moving around. But that is your goal, and that's what you've done.
Yeah, I don't even know, to be honest, that I had a goal. I made music years ago, and I did have an intention. I wanted to write hit songs and be more, write whatever it would take for it to become popular, like make Britney songs,
Mm-hmm.
And I love Britney, but I'm not at all like her. So this album, I just said to myself, you know what? Why don't you just do something that's just a genuine reflection of everything that you are, everything you've grown up with. And yeah, it turned out to be a mainstream pop. It's, in my eyes, it's very relatable to anybody, whether you like Bollywood or care about Bollywood or don't care about Bollywood. It's a good old mainstream pop album, but it does have that Bollywood flair. So I really, everybody that's heard it has said it's very much relatable. And sometimes people don't know what that different sound in it is, but they just, they like it, which is great. So I'm grateful for all the feedback I've gotten. It's been very positive.
Oh, man, look, and just to touch on what you said, yeah, I hope that you don't become a Britney Spears. I don't want to see you on TMZ with all this craziness going on. To have you on there.
You don't. When you're younger, I think it's hard to realize that the best thing in life is to be yourself, and that includes when writing music. Just be yourself, and I feel like that'll just make you more successful than trying to fit in or do something that you think is the right thing to do. So I guess that's another message that I'm giving the kids, is just, you have to be yourself, and it'll probably turn out a whole lot better, even if it's different. And what I'm doing is definitely a bit different. So
it's definitely different,
yeah.
But it's a good different. And I need to ask you this, Tina, because I meant to ask you. You're welcome. I meant to ask you this before, but I kind of I drift off when I have guests on the show, because it turns more into a conversation than a Q&A. But there's certain questions that I need to pop out, because I think our listeners would definitely be interested in it. Now I need to ask you: did you ever have a plan B if your plan A didn't work out? Your plan A being your music career. Did you have that plan B in your back pocket?
Yeah, I still I believe heavily in the plan B. I'm kind of a person that I'm very stubborn. When I want something, I will work extremely hard to get it. So I usually don't have to go to plan B because I don't give up. But plan B was the reason I got my biology degree, and I made sure to graduate with straight A's. And I love bio too. I probably shouldn't admit that either, right? but I love science, and that was I guess that would have been my plan B. Luckily, I'm getting calls from people like Ringo Starr to come over to their house and play with them. So things are going great so far. Yeah, plan Bs are important. I think balance and being sensible, the right thing to do in life.
Let me tell you something.
Got to be prepared for anything, right?
I know, without a doubt. But let me tell you something. By you saying that, you put a smile on every nerdy science teacher from coast to coast, from continent to continent. They said, "Oh, good, she loves science. That's good. Biology." so they were digging that. That's pretty cool.
I do though.
Yeah, but that's good. You know something? It shows, and again, I keep going to the example that you give the kids out there, because basically you're telling them, hey, you know what? It's okay to be smart. It's okay to enjoy science. It's okay to excel in school and also be popular. It's okay. and that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I used to try to be cool and just do anything that would make people perceive me as cool. And now I'm like, I don't care, whatever. I like science, take it or leave it. And I'm all about being yourself and all about just not being fake. I can't stand when people try to act tough or cool, and that's not really them. So life's too short for all that garbage, you know.
Oh, I hear you. You know,
so I'm admitting it on your radio show. I'm a bit of a science geek.
But that's okay though. That's all right. You know, but I want to congratulate you on the Ringo Starr thing. I think that's a big thing. How did you feel when you got that call?
Are you kidding? Wait, did you see the video?
No, I didn't. Not yet.
You have to. It's there's a video of me showing him a bit about the tabla on my YouTube channel. He's so funny. I went over. I got a call from Dave Stewart of the Eurythmics.
Yes.
Yeah, so he called me up and he's like, and we've been friends for a while, and he's like, do you want to go over to Ringo's house today and just sing on his album and play some tabla on his album? And I was like, I don't know, I might have to check my schedule. Like, of course I want to go. So, got ready, went over there, and he really is a star. He's hysterical, but also humble and just so down to earth, and he just had me laughing the whole time. I was trying to sing for his album, and he was cracking jokes the whole time. Mm-hmm. And I was like, Ringo, really? Do you want me to sing? Or, I mean, nonstop laughter. The guy's amazing. But there's a video of me showing him a little bit about the tabla on my YouTube site, and he's the greatest. So that was a really fun day. And actually, we went back. I went back a couple weeks later for just like a thank you for the album. Mm-hmm. And him and his wife, they had like home cooked Indian food made, So it was a very good day.
they made you feel real special.
Seriously, it was like I walked into their house, and the first thing they have is a beautiful Ganesh statue, which is a very well-known Indian god. And I just felt like I was at my mom's house. It was really cool.
That's funny.
So yeah, it was a very special day.
But that's pretty cool though, because not to bring. We had I spoke to you about it before the show, but we had the former Pussycat doll Kaya Jones on the show, and she had a similar situation with Mick Jagger, and she
Oh, great.
Yeah, similar situation, and I think it's amazing when a young singer has that opportunity to work with a legend. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's. I've met obviously a ton of celebrities in my field, because it's just what you go to these things and these parties. But I just really love. I get elated when I meet a celebrity that's as huge as one of almost like a Ringo status, but they're so humble, mm-hmm. and they recognize that we're all equal in this earth. I mean, we're all going to the same place, and so I just really appreciate when people like that. Like Shaquille O'Neal is another one. Mm-hmm. So random. He was just the sweetest guy ever.
But you know something, Tina, and I'll say this, that at least the guests that we have on this show are humble, because if they're not humble,
That's awesome. I love that. I love that, because I've met tons of arrogant celebrities, and it's like, come on, dude, congratulations on your success, but get over yourself.
Yeah, I have turned down a lot of celebrities that want to come on the show. Because the bottom line is, we're not here to not only just plug what you're doing, but also tell your story. And everyone has an amazing story, but you gotta be real. People are people. Yeah, you have to be real.
Good for you. That's awesome to hear. Yeah, exactly. I just and I don't get me wrong. I love what these guys do, and I congratulate everybody on their success. I think it's incredible. But like you said, we're all the same.
Yeah.
So I know that I'll never get out of hand. My family would smack me down if I did.
But let me ask you something, Tina, just to get your opinion on this. Just moving forward. Now, the music industry. A lot of people have a lot of things to say about it, good and bad, and some indifferent. But, again, this is also an evolving industry. So what is your opinion on the music industry today?
I'm probably not the right one to ask, because I grew up with a mother that, her lifelong lesson to us was just to see the good in everything and everybody, and only the good and nothing else. So right now, I'm just looking at the bright sides of what we can do with technology and music, and how artists are able to promote themselves without depending solely on record labels and other forms of media. So, of course, there's downsides to all this, but in the end, you got to look at the positives, and you have to work with technology and move forward with it, and move forward with the times, because they change, every few years. The music industry is a whole different thing. So, I don't know. We'll see what's to come. It's an interesting time, that's for sure. Labels are collapsing left and right, and a lot of artists say they don't even need labels anymore. And I don't know. It's just it's interesting. But like I said, I'm looking on the bright side of these things. I can get my video out. I'm putting up a breast cancer video to support survivors for a song I wrote, and I'm gonna it'll probably go up, today, tomorrow. And it's just the fact that I can do that and put it on YouTube and get it out to as many people as will watch it. That's pretty cool. So I'm just looking on the bright side, like I said.
But you need to do that. But I'm going to throw this out at you, just because we're on the topic of entertainment and things evolving. Look, the movie industry. Okay, let's touch on Hollywood for a second. I'm just going to throw this in there because I think it kind of fits into what we're talking about right now. Paramount, they made a movie about paranormal stuff, and they just put it out. You know what it cost them to make? I'm gonna tell you, it cost them $15,000, $15,000. Do you know how much money?
Really?
Yep. Do you know how much money they made opening night? I'm gonna tell
Ridiculous
you.
amount.
Oh, $7.1 million. So the long and short of it is that you don't need the big studios, the big whether it's film, whether it's the labels, the big monsters, those big machines. It costs them so much to keep the machine moving, but in reality, there's a disconnect because they are losing touch.
Yeah.
They're losing touch with the artists, with the fans, and all of a sudden, just like with what's his face that I think he did it with the Backstreet Boys. It was just about getting them out there, and they're able to change people and do all this jazz and get them out there. It's a machine. But there's that disconnect. What happened to the Elvises of the world? Where are they that they have longevity? When you have artists popping out.
I mean, that is true. And anybody can really get themselves out there, and there's definitely a negative aspect to that. But you're right. I mean, that's something I was discussing with someone on my team about artists with longevity, and people that. I feel like people are putting stuff out very quickly these days and not really putting themselves into it. And there's good and bad to both. I just that's why with my album I wanted to make it really, really real and spend some real time on it. And not to say that if you don't, it's a bad thing, but I totally hear you. Longevity is missing.
Oh no, without a doubt. That's why you talked about Ringo Starr, the Beatles. That's like a forever situation, And but they even do this with authors. They sign book deals and they have to put out X amount of books a year. You lose something because you're rushing the process, and it happens. Yeah,
there's definitely a lack of focus of attention. I feel like in the industry, that's true. That part is really strange to me. I don't think that people are willing to develop one artist as much as they used to be able to, and now it's just, well, if it doesn't work in 6 months, let's move on to someone else, and that doesn't really work, I don't think. So I hear you on that.
Well, between that and labels sometimes just signing an artist because they don't want them to interfere with another artist they have coming out, all this stuff happens, and honestly, I'm not afraid to talk about it on the show, but it's reality. So the internet, which is the future, it has given artists the opportunity to get themselves out there and portray their image the way they want to, not the way a label thinks they should.
Yeah, I think people would be shocked to know, just how molded some of these artists really are and how they're sculpted into something that they're completely not. I've heard the inside stories from a lot of these bigger artists, and it's even shocking to me.
Yeah. But it happens.
So,
it happens. And that's all in the pursuit of fame and fortune. Yeah, well, I mean, again, that holds true beyond music. Again, I'm going off topic. I'm not even going off topic. I'm going off the topic of music, but, it's just about things in life. Even, models that want to get out there, they're so hungry for the fame and the fortune that they'll do anything. And you see them doing anything, and some of them go down a road that really you really shouldn't be going down if you're looking to become famous for the right reasons, and they go down that road. And,
Yeah.
you know, and then...
Well, I mean, the wrong reasons sometimes it works out for you, and then I personally don't believe in that. I'm all for, like, being yourself, even if that means it's a slower path to success, and, so I just, it's hard because these people in the industry tempt you with, I forgot about this, but I was actually, about 4 years ago, I'm not going to say who, but I was offered to work with somebody huge in the industry, but he was a coke addict, and he could have definitely, made my career just soar. And I don't know how I did this, but I said thank you so much, but no, because, I don't want to get wrapped up in that world. It really, really can mess with your mind. But a lot of people would have said yes to that. And he was a famous, like, really huge rapper. So yeah, you gotta do the right thing and try to keep some normalcy in your life.
Well, it's as normal as life can be. I mean, there's no such thing as normal, but you try to keep everything even keel at the very least, which is good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, getting back to to you, I know we drift off into other areas, but do you we spoke about it earlier. You do feel that you are at the forefront of a true evolution by breaking the barriers of with your music, because now again you're going from music that primarily people would associate it with obviously India and Bollywood, all that stuff, where you're bringing this here. You're raised in the United States, you're here, you're taking that sound along with your culture and everything, making it into something that's more modern and putting it out there to hit the mainstream. Now, do you feel that mainstream America, or actually just let's talk about America, mainstream America, do you think that they're embracing your sound?
Yeah, I mean, I don't worry about that too much anymore, but from the feedback I get, yeah, I just want to do what feels right to me, and I put out this album, and this album's everything to me. Like I said, it was 3 years in the making. It's mainstream pop with a really, it's very heartfelt to me, and so I feel like it's going to do well, and I'm excited about it. I kind of started a brand new life in January, where I'm not with a label right now, and I actually don't have management right now, and I've been really just getting out there and showing people what I have and making people hear the album, and because of that, I've got to go to Ringo Starr's house and play with him. I just played a show with Dave Stewart. I just had a film company with 21 Emmys shoot my video for Bollywood Girl, a music video, and they did it for free because they believed so heavily in what I'm doing and how I'm going to affect the music industry. That blew my mind. I mean, this Redline Films is, they're enormous, and this is like $100,000 video, and they were like, we just want to do it for you because we believe in you, which is crazy. I've just had all these really, really prominent people in the industry come to me and say, we want to get on this because this is going to really change things. And it's ironic that for the first time, I don't have a music label behind me, and I don't even have management, and all these incredible things are happening. I mean, I just worked on a project with Glenn Ballard, who's a huge producer, and I mean, it's just one thing after another. It's been an incredible couple of months. I have received offers from a few labels, so I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with it, and who I want to release it, because it is something very important to me.
Well, let me tell you something.
So we'll see.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I'm sure everything's going to work out, but I just want to just say this, because if you look back in time in music history, when you had Spanish music, that was, you had the salsa, you had all that stuff, but then when you had, like Julio Iglesias, and you had Enrique Iglesias, and you had Ricky Martin, all this stuff, the sound started coming out. And, then between that and Santana, everything else. Now, these are big, big names. And the reason that people are adhering to you is that you're doing something that no one has yet to do, which I don't understand why, but you're doing something that people haven't done. You got the look, you got the talent.
I'm so excited about that, and I just feel it's very analogous to the Latin explosion. I mean, I just, I'm so grateful for that. What was it, like 10 years ago now, where all these Latin artists came out, and suddenly hearing, Spanish on the radio is normal now, and it's the most beautiful thing, because the Latin culture brought a really emotional flavor to the music industry, and I really feel like it's time for the Bollywood explosion, or the Indian explosion, whatever makes more sense. But yeah, you're exactly right. It's time for the Indian explosion, and I don't really, I don't know that traditionally a lot of Indian kids in my generation were, music was kind of not the right thing to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, we were raised to be straight A students, and now things are changing, and more Indians are getting into the entertainment industry. But when I was growing up, I don't think it was as prevalent, and therefore I don't think that there are other South Asian artists that have been performing all their lives. So, I mean, I feel like I have that advantage. But, I mean, and like I said, now things are different, and, luckily they're starting to evolve. But so I definitely feel like it's time, and thank you for saying that. I'm grateful for every opportunity that I've been getting the last few months, and so hopefully it'll just continue.
Well, I think it's going to continue, and I think that you're going to have a lot of people out there that will adhere to you and your sound, and maybe you'll create a different name than Bollywood for it. Maybe you'll come up with something that'll take it away from the film part, because people, Hollywood, when you think about music in the United States, it's music, then you have Hollywood, which is movies. So maybe you'll figure something out with that.
You really know what you're talking about. I love it.
Yeah.
I know, it's really weird. Everybody just equates Bollywood with anything, and I actually have been labeled as the first international Bollywood pop artist, but that doesn't actually make sense.
No.
I'll take it. It's a beautiful title. You're right. Bollywood is traditionally movies, and
but I will say this.
That people,
I will say this. I'm going to interrupt you for a second. I will say this, that
no,
there's no doubt about it that I see, and I was when I was looking at everything about you, I see you being something big in entertainment. Not just music, but in entertainment. But I'm going to touch on that later, but I'm going to let you say what you need to say. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I was just going to say, it's just nice that you know exactly what that means. My hairdresser the other day, she asked me if I was born in Bollywood, like it was like a place. But, I mean, I thought it was pretty cute that she said that. I just, again, was grateful that she knew the word Bollywood, because nobody knew what the word Bollywood was 5 years ago in America, But it was cute, so I went with it. I'm like, yeah, I was born in Bollywood,
Well, you're from the East Coast, right? You're from Jersey, so you watch you watch TV, you see the commercials. One thing that I know, like I don't know, 5 years ago, you probably wouldn't have seen this on, but like that reggaeton started getting popular. And the one thing, it sticks in my head even now, even though they don't have the commercials now, it drives me crazy, because I'm just thinking, digital cable, and they have this whole commercial, this reggaeton commercial, but it's so catchy, and your music is catchy, but then these guys, an artist like that, or this Pitbull, this and that, and as far as the I guess the Latin type of sound goes, they had the openings, because without what happened in the beginning, they wouldn't be there. Like with MC Hammer way back in the beginning, he opened the doors for people crossing over. Run DMC, they opened the doors for rock and hip hop crossing over. So you are opening the doors for I guess an Indian explosion, or Bali music, or whatever you want to call it. Come up with a name, because it's getting annoying, but come up with a name for this stuff. Do that.
All right, I got to work on it. I'll call you tomorrow with a name.
Yeah, you definitely have to.
But yeah, I mean, I've I've had the chance to get that Indian sound into the mainstream a little bit so far. I actually, this is really funny. I worked on Christmas with the Cranks, which is one of the soundtracks that I was on. I've been on Raise Your Voice and Ice Princess, Christmas with the Cranks, Around the World in 80 Days, all these movies. And the cool thing about Christmas with the Cranks is when I met Little Steven, who actually produced the whole soundtrack for the movie, he had the idea of doing an Indian version of White Christmas. So I was able to do that. We brought in sitars and harmonium, and of course I played tabla and all that. And then even on Ice Princess, I actually start the song off with a little bit of Hindi, which is the language the most prominent language in India is Hindi. So, there's a little Hindi in this this Teeny Bopper Ice Princess movie, which was so cool.
So
fun. I've been able to do it in little ways here and there, but hopefully this album is going to be that album that really defines this new sound. So we'll see. I'm so excited. So
that's all good stuff. That's all good stuff. Look, I know that you're making a lot of great strides with your career. From you had your single "Break Me," which that was featured on Melrose Place, right?
Yeah, it went to number 4 on the charts, and it was featured on Melrose Place, and so that was extremely exciting to me. Yeah.
But you also you performed on CW11. You were doing your thing, and you also, this is what I found interesting, you also won an award at the Sony Awards event. Can you tell us about that award?
Oh yeah, I was nominated. Just kind of went to just excited to go and meet people and have a good night, and then they announced my name for the Sony Excellence Award of the Year for music, and it's just I guess the cool thing about that award is it kind of said to me, Tina, you're doing this for a reason, and it's working, and I know you're working like crazy, but it's working, and just hang in there and keep going. And so it was really encouraging, and it was obviously an absolute honor and a great night. So grateful for stuff like that.
Yeah, but you're being recognized by the industry, and that's a big plus, especially, and you said it earlier, especially for an artist, even though you've done some things. No management. You're doing your own thing. You're not with a label, but you're getting all the attention. So what does that say?
Well, I'm going to need management too, because I can barely keep up anymore.
I know
I'm getting these incredible offers from all these people, and I have some assistants. I do have an assistant, but I definitely am going to need management soon because I can't keep up. It's a good thing. It's a good problem.
Oh yeah, but that's definitely a good thing, because you're one person. You can't perform and do all this stuff, and then you're going to go manage your own career, because then you'd flip out. You would, no doubt.
Yeah. Oh, no way. Yeah.
No doubt. All right. So now moving forward, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the UCW Radio Show, we're strong supporters of this. We have our little pink ribbon all over the place. I know that you're doing your part as well. So can you tell us about your current efforts as it relates to the Breast Cancer Awareness Month?
Oh yeah, it's very, very, very close to my heart, and I'm performing Sunday for the American Cancer Society in Brooklyn. Last year, I think they had like 18,000 people there, so it's really going to be an event filled with energy and well wishes. I wrote a song for survivors, and to me, it's the most important song I've ever written in my life, and it's called Snake Charmer. And for the month of October, I'm actually giving it away for a free download. If you go to my website, you can just follow the directions and get a free download of it. But I don't know what I'm going to do when I perform it on Sunday, because I can never get through it without like choking up, and there's goosebumps through the whole song, and it's a song of hope, but it's something I'm very passionate about. So I'm hoping I can just get through it on Sunday and not flip out, not cry. But so Sunday I'll be performing Snake Charmer, and I will also be performing a song called Jao, which means go in Hindi. And that's it's an up-tempo, really, it's a song about evading all negativity and just remaining on your mental island of peace, and just staying there and getting rid of all negativity. And I think that's really what we need to keep in mind when we think about breast cancer, just to stay really positive. So I'll be singing that on Sunday as well. That song's available, I think, on iTunes and Amazon and all those places. But yeah, there's a free download of Snake Charmer, and I've gotten great feedback about the song, which I'm grateful for. So, yeah.
Oh, but that's good stuff. Now, where is that event taking place, though? It's on your site, right?
Actually, on my website, there's a link to it. So if you go to tinasagan.com, there's the free download, there's a link to the event and all that stuff.
Okay, good. Now, Tina, what else are you up to? You have some new music that hasn't been released yet that you're looking to do. You have performances beyond the one we spoke about. What else do you have going on in your career?
Oh, I've got a ton of things. like I said, I've been having a great year. Looking forward to releasing the album in a really wonderful way. I've got, one thing I've always loved to do is act and do comedy. And so I actually just got hired by PBS to be a comedic news anchor, kind of like Jon Stewart.
Oh, cool.
So I'll be doing I think that show will be starting, I think January. And then I'm working on a secret sort of thing with Dave Stewart and Glenn Ballard. I've just got, the Bollywood Girl video, which I mentioned, that was shot by Red Line Films for my song Bollywood Girl, which is also available on iTunes, Amazon, and all those places. That will be out in a few months as well. So I'm just really gearing up to do a ton of things. I also am working with Ringo's album. I think is coming out in January. So can't wait to get that out. And you can hear feedback about that. That was obviously a huge honor for me.
Now, can you tell our listeners how, or even your fans, how can they follow your career, because you're going places? So if you can just give us that information, that'd be fantastic.
Okay, but Luke, can I just tell you, I just went to my cheat sheet of things that are going on in my career. I'm looking at my computer right now because I actually have so much in my head that I wanted to make sure I told you.
Let loose. Go for it.
I'm like, I know I'm forgetting the most important things. I actually just played on the tribute song to Michael Jackson, which was obviously, very important to me and to everybody. And it starts off with Larry King's voice, and it has Stevie Wonder and all these guests. So that'll be out. I think, in a few months. And then I'm doing a song for the World Cup next year, and I just recorded a song also. Do you know who Gary Pine is?
I heard the name.
Gary Nestor Pine.
I heard the name.
He had that song Real Love Generation.
Okay.
But he basically, when Bob Marley passed away, he took over for the Wailers. I love his voice. He's amazing. So we collaborated on a song, which will be out in a few months as well. So there's a couple other things, but I'm not going to go on and on. But you can find out the latest information about me on tinasugand.com, and hopefully they'll be able to go to your site and figure out how to spell my last name, because it's not easy.
Well, I'm going to spell it for everyone. That's TINASUGANDH.com. Don't forget the H is silent. That I found out. The H is silent, but now I kind of figured that out. Now, what about MySpace and stuff like that? Because I know that you're doing a music thing, so you have your MySpace going on. So your fans can actually.
Well, we also have the site under tablagirl.com, because that's a nickname that was given to me, when I was very young by fans. Tabla is just TABLA. So tablagirl.com is probably an easier way to get directly to my website without having to worry about spelling my name.
Yeah, but you know something? I'm going to tell you something right now that people may think that it's a problem, but I'm telling you that they're not going to think it's a problem in the next 6 months or a year. They're going to say, "Oh yeah, Tina Sugand, I know her. I know her. Yeah, she's big to do now."
Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
Now, I'm going to call you every day. Be like, Lou, tell me how great I am.
Oh, I'll inspire you. Watch out. You just read my little.
You do. You're so sweet. This whole phone call has been so motivating. So thank you.
You see, and you thought differently, didn't you? My God.
No, I did not. No, I did not.
So now, I thank you for the kind words, though. Now, what about your MySpace and stuff? So people can listen to your music and see your pictures and all that other jazz.
Yeah, it's all under the same thing. MySpace.com/Tina Sugand and Twitter.com/Tina Sugand and all those things. But if you go to my website, there's links to everything.
Okay, good.
So,
I just want to make sure we get all that stuff out there, because I don't want to go at the end and say, okay, well, we forgot to mention your MySpace, your this, your that, and then you're also Twittering.
Oh yeah, who isn't, right?
Oh my God! Well, don't you're gonna do me one favor with the Twitter thing, because you're building up. You're gonna be, and I'm saying this, that you're gonna be big. Now, do me a favor. Do not turn out to be like John Mayer. He's a talented guy, But jeez, you know, I don't think he has anything better to do. He's tweeting, he's sending his little tweets, like 100 million of them a day, talking about really ridiculous things. But I guess that people adhere to it because
he's like one of those like going to the grocery store type people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, dude, like enough. But then
well,
people.
How do you know it's him though? I mean, for a lot of these guys have their assistants do it.
You got to hear the stuff that comes out. Yeah, that's him, boy. But yeah, a lot of people do. Like you look at
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, well, if it helps him, it's better doing that than drinking, I guess, right? But
yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. It's fun. It's fun, right?
It's alternative.
But the one thing I will say is the Ringo video is only on my YouTube site. So youtube.com/TinaSudan. If they did want to see that Ringo video I talked about, and it's worth it because he's the best. I love that guy, and he's freaking hysterical.
Ringo Starr, yeah, he's a legend. He's a legend in the music industry, along with the Beatles. And see that's what we talked about earlier about longevity, because you look at someone like him, even in the next 100 years, people are going to know the name.
Oh yeah. And I mean, personally, I obviously love him as an artist, but I love him even more now because just the little things that I saw when I was with him. I mean, like for example, there was a bottle of water on the table and nobody claimed it. Like nobody said that's my bottle, and it actually upset him because he was like, the kid could use this much water. It would save a kid's life across the country and overseas, and it was just very sweet that he's such a caring person, and he really does care. Like how he says peace and love all the time. Mm-hmm. He actually means it. It's not just like a cool thing he uses to sound cool. He really means it.
That's good.
He's a hell of a guy.
No, I think that's great to have that mindset because life is beautiful and is meant to be lived, and he's fortunate. He understands this, so he's giving back. He's paying forward all the blessed things that happened to him. He's paying forward to other people.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, we had a conversation about how, he was talking about how a hurricane could wipe us all out any second. I mean, who knows? So he gets it. He gets that life's not, life's real. It's not, it's just, we're all the same, and he gets that.
Well, that's good. See, we like Ringo Starr. We like Ringo Starr here on the UCW radio show. He's good people. But I wanted to just touch on longevity just before we close out. As I said, he has longevity. The Beatles, everything. And I look at certain artists. Even like Madonna, she has longevity with the stuff that she's done. She was a pioneer in her own right with breaking down barriers. But then you look at another artist, and I do not want you to comment on this. I don't want you to comment on it because I'm preserving you right here. But you look at someone like.
Can I just hang up?
No. You're not going to hang up. My God, you're going to hang up on me?
Oh, okay. That's
joking. No good. But no, you look at someone like Lady Gaga. Okay, the girl, she could sing in her own right. She does her stuff, but you know something? What she's doing. In 10 years and 20 years, she can't do that. Longevity is not going to be there for her. I don't think, And what you're doing and I'm saying this, and don't comment. I'm just saying that you are setting yourself up for longevity, which is a big thing, And on that note, Tina, I want to thank you so much for being with us on the UCW radio show today. I know that you're embarking on a journey. And as I said, that will last a lifetime for you. And we'd like to have you back on the show when you come out with your new music, or you're having a big event. We want you to come back on the show and talk about it, if you don't mind.
Oh, Lou, you know what? Honestly, I just got such goosebumps. You're so sweet. There's so many times in this career, in my past, I've had to sold out, and it would have been probably so much easier, but I always just wanted to be real, and I did think about longevity and being myself. And so what you just said about how I've been setting myself up for a grand career just means a lot. You're just the sweetest, and of course I will 100% love to be back.
Thank you so much. But what I said, I'm just gonna, whenever I say good things about people, sometimes they think I'm doing it for the show, but no, these are my true feelings in regards to you, because I see it. I heard your music. I know your background. I know certain things about you, and yeah, you have it. Keep going on this path. You're gonna make magic. You're gonna make magic, and it's gonna be fantastic.
Oh.
It's gonna be a beautiful thing in your life. And
I really am. You should stop because I really will call you every day.
yeah, call me every day. I'll give you my inspirational
Okay,
message.
well.
But I'm not like that Tony Robbins though. I don't start dancing around and start doing craziness. But but he's inspirational, But anyway, Tina, thank you again. We want to have you back on, and I want to let all our listeners know. And I want you to stay with us for a second, Tina. I want all the listeners to know you have to look out for Tina Sugan. She's going to be lighting up the entertainment industry. She's going to be lighting it on fire, not just in the music category either. And I was going to say this earlier, but I am going to say it now. Tina, I see you as being a Bollywood/Hollywood mainstay. I see you going down that road. Music, as I said, entertainment as a whole. This is what I see you doing is making your mark and having that longevity for many years to come. And that's it for this segment of the UCW Radio Show. This is your host, Lou Velasquez, and I will be back with another amazing guest, just like Tina Sugan. But I will leave you with Tina Sugan's latest song for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Snake Charmer.
Your fault, nothing at all could be done. It slithered its way into your life. We must try to be strong, and I'll keep you close. You will be safe, no one will take you away. Soon you will see the formidable beast will leave us in peace. With all of my will, with all of my might, as long as I am alive. Its poisonous waves will not enter your mind. I'll taste the venom while you run for your life. It won't touch you now, 'cause I'm ready to fight till it's gone. Nothing wrong. Its grip was too strong to break free. When will you see? Yeah, you are the prey, but you can be safe. Just believe, just be who you are. When it's all the same again, I promise we'll fly through the wind to the stars. Soon you'll see the treacherous snake will be charmed by your ways. With all of my will, with all of my might, as long as I am alive. Its poisonous waves will not enter your mind. I'll taste the venom while you run for your life. It won't touch you now, 'cause I'm ready to fight till it's gone. With all shed your skin, and now once again, your radiant smile will forever shine. If poisonous ways will not enter your mind, I'll taste the venom while you run for your life. It won't touch you now, 'cause I'm ready to fight till it's gone. With all of my might, I will protect you till the day that I die. It won't touch you now, 'cause I'm ready to fight till it's gone. Gone, gone, gone. Gone, gone, gone. Gone, gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
What is your major malfunction?
So let it be written. So let it be done.
Ladies and gentlemen, my mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, and I thank you.